So look, I'm bundled up. Kind of got some video footage of some stuff that's, what's kind of going on right now. And I'm going to try to make a video, but I'm probably not going to explain every video because they're self-explanatory. Business, our family business, auto type business. If we need any kind of auto repairs, mainly body work. But this guy that I do business with, his name's Dmitry, right? And his wife's from Ukraine, and he's Russian. And I kind of asked him today, I go, when can I bring my truck in? Because there was a little, my brother-in-law got in a little scrape with my truck, and the other guy's insurance paid for it. But I was asking him about it. He goes, man, we can't talk about this stuff over the phone. But he goes, Ukrainians and Russians, they're essentially the same people. I mean, they dress essentially the same. And, just from where Ukraine is from the west, it's west of Russia, on the border of Ukraine and Russia. The Russians inside of Russia, dress a little differently and look a little differently that they do in Ukraine, but it's essentially the same dress. And it's kind of the same on the eastern side of Russia as it is on the western side of Russia and in north and south. They all kind of dress the same and have the same kind of colors and stuff. But he's saying that they're the same people and that this is all political. And he says this is got more to do with the pipelines being built around Russia, or around Ukraine, than it does got to do with this whatever the stupidity is that's going on. And we're not getting the full story. But he said he has, no one's called him or his wife from Ukraine and said anything about this battle. He goes, and that's not uncommon, but typically people would be concerned and reach out on social media, and he says he doesn't know of anything yet. So the bottom line is Red put together a nice little presentation about Burisma, and and of course our beloved first son was part of Burisma, and sure these homeless people do it, but I bet you they've been freaking cold. But so this has got more to do with this is more of a business problem and people not liking the business, right? And it looks like these rich folks were going to take over. They're building there were some strategic points that were attacked, and that's what I made the comment. I go, well, they look like they're not airstriking any military points. They're striking businesses and stuff, and rumor has it it's a biolab, and so they are probably trying to release more stuff to stop the building of these pipelines around Ukraine. That's my speculation. It's crazy here. Hold on.
The declaration. Oh fuck! That's a missile. That's a missile. That's a fucking missile.
That was one of those
holy shit.
Straight from the underworld, coming from the underground. Motherfuckers better watch out for the male hounds. I never been the motherfucking gang that you all down. Straight from the underworld, coming from the underground.
So there's some like video out, and it says paratroopers dropping into Russia or dropping into Ukraine, which is bullshit, because you wouldn't be able to film them. You wouldn't be able to film them because they'd be dropping at night, right? So if they're filming paratroopers doing a Hollywood, what they call that, a Hollywood jump during the day, well, it's exactly that. It's for training purposes only. You know, it's to train new pilots on how to drop troops. So they do it during the day, or they're doing that kind of training for new paratroopers. So, but why would you drop during the day? So I was just kind of clarifying that.
Добрий вечір. Лідер фракції тут, голова Офісу президента тут, прем'єр-міністр Шмигаль тут, Подоляк тут, президент тут. Всі ми тут, наші військові тут, громадяни суспільства тут, всі ми тут. Захищаємо нашу незалежність, нашу державу. І так буде й далі. Слава нашим захисникам, слава нашим захисницям. Слава Україні!
I wanted to add about Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. He's a comedian, an actor, and supposedly is a producer as well. And he is producing a movie where it stars the leading role of being the president of Ukraine. That's what I hear. I haven't found anything on that. If y'all have, could y'all comment below? All right, thanks.
I thought was incredibly revealing. He acts like he thinks the Cold War is still on. Russia is still our major adversary. I don't know where he's been. I mean, we have disagreements with Russia, but they're united with us on Iran. The only way we're getting, one of only two ways we're getting material into Afghanistan to our troops is through Russia. They are working closely with us. They've just said to Europe, if there is an oil shutdown in any way in the Gulf, they'll consider increasing oil supplies to Europe. This is not 1956. Governor Romney's answer,
intimidate the United States and those in Eastern Europe are over. I'm going to stand up to him. He's a bully, just like the president. And I know he doesn't want me to be president, but to tell you what, when I'm president, things are going to change.
Що? Я не бачу. Ой, Боже. Ігор! Давай. Ігор! Побіжали.
Got a buzz on, Pabst Blue Ribbon, cranking up a thumping country song. Tailgating, drinking beer, rolling up the greenery, shooting at the ducks while they...
So, oh man, I can't remember that guy's name. But he works at CNN, and they're talking to him, and he thinks that this is a big nothing burger, what's going on in Ukraine. Like I said, we'll know shortly if it lasts longer, if all the targets got hit.
What do you think is going to happen this week? I mean, with the whole Russia thing.
The Russia thing is just a big nothing burger.
Really? You don't think that...
Psaki is the continuous dodger of the press secretaries, and you know, and she's just dodging stuff about Snowden. Well, he's a criminal, you know, and interestingly enough, I also have a friend that's involved in politics, and he was filling me in about Cuellar and his supposed FBI investigations, and Now, so this is just the Washington politics, and it's horrible. And you know, instead of gaslighting these people, and it's which they all do, but he was telling me that Cuellar, who would reach across the aisle, who was kind of a moderate Democrat, no, come on. He would reach across the aisle and at least try to work with Republicans. Well, there's people that don't like that about him, and you know, and they have to push their agenda. You know, the people don't like this, like abortion ruling here in Texas. They don't. You know, about 6 months or 6 weeks of after 6 weeks or something like that, heartbeat law. People hate that, and you know, and I don't know why. I mean, you know, it's giving something rights that you know, they deserve it, right? I mean, so and so Texas is going to be like attacked big time with like all these alternative politicians and these extremists. And I don't care what anyone says, you cannot be a Christian and devalue life. And I said devalue life, I'm talking about devaluing mom's life, and I'm talking about devaluing baby's life. There needs to be that distinction, because mom's life's important as well. And so, you know, and that should be stressed in school, right? So, I don't know. That's all I guess that's all I got. Let's see. Yeah, I'm almost done here. I hadn't walked in a couple. I mean, it's like been ice storming and stuff, man. Today marks the 25th marks a month that my sister passed. I was gonna go put flowers on her grave, but I didn't get a chance to do it, and my dog needed to be walked. I'll do it tomorrow or something. But I talked to my nephew, her middle child, and it was his birthday. I think he's 22, and I'm gonna go take him out to eat dinner, and I guess me and my son and him and my wife, we're gonna go see a movie. Yes, and he's doing pretty good, and you know, his mother's death, man, you know, it's made him grow up and mature, and he's real somber and nice, and you know, he's a different person as a result of it, you know, because you got to learn how to live without that person. And their mother was really great to the kids, man. Did a lot with them, you know. She was a great sister to me, you know. I mean, we have these relationships, and that relationship's not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, all right.
In Russia with Mr. Snowden, I'm wondering if, since he has now asked the Russians for asylum, there has been any contact between this building and the Russians about your feelings about his status.
Well, I can tell you, I hadn't seen, or I don't have independent confirmation, I guess I should say, about any request he's made. I can tell you that we have been in touch, of course, with Russian officials. Our embassy in Moscow has been in direct contact on the ground. We are disappointed that Russian officials and agencies facilitated this meeting today by allowing these activists and representatives into the Moscow airport's transit zone to meet with Mr. Snowden, despite the government's declarations of Russia's neutrality with respect to Mr. Snowden.
So, I'm sorry, you're disappointed that they let someone into their own airport? I don't get it.
Well, that they facilitated this event, of course.
Why?
Because this gave a forum.
You don't think that he should have a forum? he's forfeited his right to freedom of speech as
Well,
well?
Matt, Mr. Snowden,
All right, look-
as we've talked about, let me just state this because I think it's important. He's not a whistleblower. He's not a human rights activist. He's wanted on a series of serious criminal charges brought in the Eastern District of Virginia in the United States.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I didn't realize people who were wanted on charges forfeited their right to speak, to free speech. I also didn't realize that people who are not whistleblowers or are not human rights activists, as you say he is not, that they forfeited their rights to speak. So I don't understand why you're disappointed with the Russians. But neither that, leave that aside for a second. The group WikiLeaks put out a transcript, I guess, essentially, of what Mr. Snowden said at the airport. At the top of that transcript, it contained, it said that the Human Rights Watch, the representative from Human Rights Watch, researcher who went to this thing, while she was on her way to the airport, got a phone call from the American ambassador asking her to relay a message to Mr. Snowden that, basically the message that you just gave here, that one, he is not a whistleblower, and two, that he's wanted in the United States. Is that correct?
It is not correct. First, Ambassador McFaul did not call any...
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. Y'all have a good day, man, if y'all want to stay on top of things. I'll try to do what I can. I'm studying that teacher stuff, and so we'll get conservative teachers. All right. Y'all have a good day.